On this 10-acre piece of land, there is an organic farming initiative that flourishes with all kinds of fruits one can think about, whether mangoes, oranges, tangerines, pomegranate, avocado, guavas, plantain and cinnamon plant. The farm was established by a former teacher, Jane Nansubuga, who took an early retirement after 17 years in service.
I harvest the cinnamon, but at the same time, I have the windbreakers. So in a way, I'm earning much more than what I used to earn.
The plants are integrated with both animal and bird keeping, which is the magic that keeps the farm alive.
My farm, it is progressing much more than how it was progressing earlier on. So if I have to save on buying manure, then I go to dairy section. I have the milk, I have the manure, I have the urine, and still I have the cows. So in a way, it is paying.
It is a little bit of wonder that all these are happening on a rocky hill slope without the use of pesticides and synthetic fertilizers.
They were laughing at me because it was all a plain piece of land. What you could see 5 years ago was just a plain piece of land with no single tree.
Instead of contours to control the washing away of manure, troughs are dug below the plants or a distance away in the case of plantains for the application of manure. Members of the East African Legislative Assembly took a tour of the farm located in Banda, Mukono district to establish for themselves the possibility of running an organic farm commercially.
All those engagements, we did not have first-hand experience from a farmer like Nansubuga. So because our debates must be informed by theory and also by practice. So we need to come and witness what is happening with agroecology.
There is pressure from civil society organizations for a ban on hazardous agrochemicals. They are concerned that while such chemicals have been prohibited in the European Union, the industries there find an open market in developing countries.
It is unfortunate that the international multinationals who are selling seeds, which are hybrid seeds and synthetic chemicals, have been given a lot of leeway to do a lot of marketing, and what they are marketing are synthetic fertilizers, which eventually are causing many non-communicable diseases in the food system.
The push also entails the enactment of laws for the protection of small-scale farmers who find themselves outcompeted by the big farmers.
Call upon really our governments to regulate these chemicals, and if it were possible, not even if it were, we need to ban the highly hazardous molecules and so they don't come to our countries. We can have alternatives like the biopesticides. We have them, but they are not being promoted, they are not being supported. No funding, actually, substantial funding is given to biosolutions.
We are taking this experience, and I know it is a big component to our efforts to ensure that there's a legal framework or there's a policy in the region to protect the smallholder farmers, who are the majority.
The civil society organizations argue that the failure to regulate the adoption of the highly improved varieties that are subject to protective laws could compromise the national sovereignty of the developing countries, which may find themselves that they have to rely on the big corporations to grow food. Jackson Onyango, NTV.